I thought that we would do a classic dish from Bronte. Anybody here from Bronte, Sicily? Anybody? Because if you were, you would say, the town of pistachio nuts. Yes. Because if you went to Bronte, every year they have a huge sagra. Sagra is a festival like this, and it's all about the pistachio nut. So tonight we're going to make a pistachio and mint pesto for tuna and capers with linguine. So the first thing we have to do is get a big pot of water going to the boil for your pasta. You could use a linguine for this, or you can use a spaghetti if you want to. And I mean a big pot of water. And you want to add about a tablespoon of salt. A tablespoon. That's more than a tablespoon.
Already too much?
Yeah, just keep
the whole
going.
thing?
No, a tablespoon. You know what a tablespoon is, don't you? You're going to have
this?
to. No. You just kind of.
Tell me when, Mary Ann.
All right, I think you haven't been in the kitchen too long. Okay, a little bit more.
Quarter.
Okay, ancora. And we do that because the salt now readily mixes with the water. If you added it cold, it takes a little while for it to really mix. So this is better to do.
You put the salt after it's boiled.
After it's boiling, because it dissolves much easier.
Got it.
All right, now while that's boiling, for the pesto, we have right here those pistachio nuts that I was telling you about. And we shelled them and we toasted them.
Can I try one, Mary Ann?
Yes,
do
you
mind?
may have one.
Okay.
Your hands are clean?
Yes, sir. Yes,
you
ma'am.
did wash your hands. Okay.
Oh, they're soft. They're soft.
So why do we want to toast them? We want to toast them to give them a little bit of crunchiness so that they have a little bit more flavor. So we're going to take these, or you're going to take these, and put them right there in a food processor. If we didn't have a food processor, we would be doing this in a mortar and a pestle. All right, so we have the nuts, and before you do that, we want to add some garlic. So we're going to take about 3 cloves and put them in there, and now you're going to put the top on, and we're going to pulverize this. Meanwhile, while that's happening, you want to have some extra virgin olive oil ready. Now we're going to add a little bit of hot red pepper flakes, just a tad. And why don't you put a little bit of this
Another tablespoon or a teaspoon?
No. Just about a quarter of a teaspoon. That's enough.
A little too much.
Okay. Now we have that. Now we have our mint leaves. So first of all, let's see where our water is. At the boil, so we want to put the pasta in. So here we have our pasta. We want a pound of pasta. So
a box is a half a pound?
No, a box is a pound.
It's a pound.
And how many people does a pound of pasta serve, folks?
1.
8. Correct. Some people 1 or 2, right?
I eat that myself.
I know people who eat a pound testing for doneness. Don't you? All right, so we have our pound of pasta. The water's boiling, and we can throw this in, and we're going to cook this until it is al dente. So you want to give that a stir.
Stir now?
Give a stir. And we're going to let that come back to the boil, put the cover back on, it's right there. When that comes back to the boil, we take the cover off. Now for the mint. Sounds good, huh? Mint pesto. So for this, you cannot use dried mint. No
way.
So we want about 2 cups of fresh mint leaves off the stem. You don't want to soak this in water. Just kind of wipe the leaves off with a paper towel. You can
I have a rolling boil now. What should I do?
You just watch it now. You're going to make pesto. So now we put the leaves in. And this would be a trick for also doing a basil pesto. And we're going to add some oil. You're going to right through this feed tube until we have something that's a paste consistency. And let me see where we are. Oy, that looks good. We need to add just a bit more oil. So that is going to be the exact amount of oil. How are we doing on the pasta here?
I stirred it twice.
Pasta's cooked when you can break it in half and look right in that center. See anything?
No, I don't have my glasses on.
Oh, God.
What am I looking for?
You're looking for uncooked white flour. That's what you're looking for.
It's there.
If it's there, it's not cooked. And with this pesto sauce, there is no cheese. You know why? Fish. Who said fish? You get a prize. That's Chef Paul Delios, by the way, folks. Chef Paul Delios, who's been on Ciao Italia, makes the best calamari dish ever.
Why is it a crime to mix cheese and fish? Why is that such a crime?
The Italians think that that is just too much of a contrast in flavor. You see this water, folks? Whenever you make a sauce, you need about 1/4 cup of that water, and you put it right there with your sauce.
Do you do that with most sauces?
I do.
Most of the time?
Yes,
What are you
I
going
do.
for, the starchy water?
I'm going for the starch to help that pasta keep the sauce where it should be. Here are capers in salt or brine. If you do it in salt, you're going to have to rinse the salt. Take your spaghetti out.
That is beautiful.
Remember, this is a festival, so we don't have...
We're not going to feed everyone right now?
Well, we're going to give some people a sample of this. They're going to get a sample of this. All right, so there is our pasta. And now you got to move that around.
Oh, sorry about that.
Get that, move that around.
I'm trying my best. I'm going to...
Because we've got other things to do here.
I can teach you how to make hot dogs, you know.
All right, so I didn't even hear that. Okay. Now we add some of this pesto, folks. We're going to give that now the pasta.
Oh, boy.
And now you've got to mix that all around. And while you're doing that...
Can I use this gizmo to move it
you
around?
can use that gizmo if you want, or you can flip it. What I want here is to tell you that the tuna we're using for this is really good tuna from Italy. It's not cheap, but you know what? The cheapest thing you buy is the worst thing you're going to eat. So if you're going to cook, you want to use good ingredients. You simply take this tuna right from the jar. You want to really turn that pasta.
So good.
Doesn't it look good? And this is so quick and easy. All right, now you're doing a really good job.
No, I'm not.
You're doing
You can admit it. You can admit it.
But you see how little pesto you really, really need for this dish. This is really good, healthy, fresh, and fat.
You know, I haven't had dinner tonight.
I'll tell you, this is the most delicious dish. It's so classic from Sicily.
And it took 8 minutes, 10 minutes from
It's
start to
nothing.
finish.
Once you're, right, I mean, if you have quality ingredients, it doesn't take long at all. And then we need just a few whole pistachios over the top. And then you can add some of that fresh mint as a garnish from whence you started. And that's how you make the linguine with the mint pesto.